Thru, I'm your host, Tony T. We broadcast live here on Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here in the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place. Let's meet the cappers. We get right to the picks. We don't mess around here on the drive-thru. Let's say hello to Joey. Joey, what's going on?
What's up, Tony? Happy Wednesday. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, can't complain with the sunshine out here in SoCal. A little warm, probably mid-70s now after the big rain yesterday. But our man, Matt, hope you're doing well out there. He's stuck in the snow. We couldn't get him in upstate New York. I guess they're getting hit hard with snow up there. Rod, that's Rod Snow. He's been hitting that every day, just about. Rod, what's happening?
just dig out some snow. Come on, it's not that bad. Just a little bit of workout. Just working out. Good day to kick off the day watching this Temple game. Hey, guess what? Temple got their 16th straight over. Took a little bit of overtime to get the job done, but still went up and over for their 16th straight over with Temple. That's a crazy run of overs for Temple. So I'm going to continue to ride it until the wheels fall off of that one. It just snuck over. Depends where you got the number. I'll take it. I had 149.5. It was at 147, 148. It slowly moved its way up, but we'll take it to kickstart the day with a half-point win because I know I've had a few of the half-point losses go the other way on me. So good way to start the day. Let's get to it. Nice college basketball slate. And, hey, we got the NBA back to kick it off. Still, I don't think that we got any news on LeBron or not.
We'll take a look at that. Absolutely. We'll start to the NBA. NBA returns to action with one game tonight. And let's get to the game here. It will be won't be this one because we got to go ahead and change the graphic here on this one. Charlotte and the Lakers are going to go head-to-head here. This is a wildfire makeup game. That's why they're playing this one here on a Wednesday back from the All-Star break. Wildfire makeup game. Lakers here laying 12.5 now. We saw this one move up from 12 earlier. Total 220.5. We've seen this total just keep going up here in this one. On the Charlotte side, we know that Okogie is out. Williams and Ball are probable. Kleber is out here for the Lakers, and LeBron James is questionable. Let's see what anything new on him. Iffy here with that foot. He went through most of Tuesday's practice there in questionable. I will say this. This is the front end of a back-to-back for the Lakers as they will be in Portland tomorrow. That might be a tougher game. So if they had to choose between one or the other, I would probably think they would choose tomorrow. But again, it's the home crowd. You like LeBron to show up for the home crowd because then some people may be upset and not buy a ticket again in their lifetime, depending how much they spend on these tickets. So you got to have a different thought process here when it goes into this. You probably want them at home here so you don't lose that customer. But anyway, both teams on back-to-backs. Tomorrow the Hornets go to Denver and the Lakers go to Portland tomorrow. So both teams will be in action. So we got Hornets and Lakers. We start this one off here with Rod.
And yeah, if you look at this game here in this one, whether LeBron plays or not, I know you look at what the Lakers have been doing over their last few games, and we've seen some higher scoring games. They're 8-2 to the over in their last 10 games, but I think this total is just a touch too high. You look at both these teams defensively over their last 5 games, and definitely some respectable defensive numbers. And offensively, well, the Lakers have been scoring a whole pile of points, scoring well in the buck 20s. Range, but the problem is, can Charlotte keep up that same type of pace of scoring? Not what we've seen over the last 5 games. They've been barely scraping over 100 has been the Charlotte team. So getting their side of the heavy lifted to get over this 228.5 where it's skyrocketed up to, I don't think so. I think we maybe get into the 220s at best, but I don't think so. I'm going to take the under 228.5 in this matchup with the lean to Charlotte. That's a lot of points for any team to be laying in the NBA. But I like the unders to play here in this one tonight.
There from Rod. Next up, we move on to Joey.
Yeah, I was leaning back and forth with this one, but I'm going to lay it with the Lakers. I think this is going to be one of those really big lopsided games. I think Luka's going to play tonight. Whether or not LeBron plays, I still think Luka can do well. His first 2 games were back-to-back against the Jazz, so seeing a new opponent in the Hornets will definitely be good for him. But Lakers have won 6 of 7 overall, and they're 16-9 against the spread at home. I think the Lakers win. I think they win big here. Even take an alternate spread, maybe minus 15. Like I said, I think this is going to be a really lopsided game tonight.
There from Joey. Tell you what I think here about these games. Yeah, I kind of agree there with Joey. I like the Lakers in this spot. Charlotte just has trouble scoring. That's really what it comes down to. But averaging 99 points a game over their past 5, and they really haven't. Now they're facing the Lakers, who again they're now in a situation where they're going to be a small ball. They're a small team. They're going to play small, and they don't have a post-up center anymore. So it's going to be a little more pace, a little more catch and shoot, a little more faster shot selection, because you can't hold the ball because you're going to be undersized against your opponents. So when you're open, you better shoot. That's the way it's going to be for the Lakers now, and that just means more points. And we've seen that Rod Gebb, they've been going over, but again, agreeing there with Rod, I just don't trust Charlotte being able to do their part of the heavy lifting here, trying to get the number. But I do trust the Lakers to have a big output in this game, just because of the difference in style now for this LA team. Now that they're going to the small lineup, it just means I know some of the Golden State Warrior fans don't like me saying this, but they're kind of going into warrior mode now with this team. It's just been move the ball, get that open three. Hey, your younger players play better in the faster tempo. When you try to suppress these guys and you have the post-up center and you just want to work it into AD and just dribble the ball forever with one guy, that just puts the rest of these young guys to sleep. That's not how they play. But this helps the younger players contribute a little bit more. I like the style for the Lakers here. This is how you got to play. If you've got young guys in your team, you got to play it this way. So I'll agree there with the Lakers here laying the points. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. As we continue here on, next up, we'll switch over to the college hoops here for tonight. In the first block here, we do have some games underway. We do have some beginning here, bottom of the hour here at 6:30 Eastern time. So this first block, we are just going to cover the games beginning at 6:30 Eastern, and we'll go all the way we'll include the 7:30 Eastern spot. So 6:30 includes 7:30. Of course, you can see Lafayette and Holy Cross have begun here already in some of the small Patriot League action, as we'll start moving the games up here. UMass will be in action as well. UMass was a big dog today coming into this one. I think it might have been a very popular game. That was a big line mover this morning at UMass and a VCU game. Richmond LaSalle, we got some A-10 action here. Nebraska Penn State on Big Ten Network, watching the pregame show right now as they're previewing this one. Nebraska going to be a road favorite here. Some more A-10. SMU Notre Dame in the ACC. There, Vandy, Kentucky should be an interesting one here. Kentucky here laying 5 now, total 162.5. More Patriot action here. We go to some Murray State, Big 12 action with West Virginia and Cincinnati here in this slot. Providence, New Jersey. Providence there at Seton Hall. More action here. NC State, North Carolina. This is your ESPN game. This one was going down under, we saw 11 down to 9. It's back up to North Carolina laying 10 in this one. And, of course, we'll continue to look through some of these smaller conferences that will be in action today. We have a big slate here at that 7 Eastern slot. Now we get into 7:30 UAC. And the Drake laying 10 to see if they can bounce back after that loss there. Furman and Sanford going head-to-head. And Northern Iowa, Belmont, East Carolina, Tulane. We're going to stop it right there because we're only going to go to 7:30 in this slot. So let's get this one underway here with Rod.
Yeah, kicking off the slot, the first one I'm looking at here is give me Vandy plus the points. Things been up and down all day. It was at 5.5 and popped down to 4.5. I've seen for a little bit. Now it's back up to 5. Books are all over the place with that number. But for me, it's look what we've seen from Kentucky. Everyone's expecting a big old bounce back. They're back here on their home court. But Vandy's been a solid team, and I expect them to hang here with Kentucky, especially getting over possession. Like the better 5.5, but at 5, I'll still take Vandy plus the points in that matchup. And then another one here I'm looking at in this spot. You look at what Providence has been doing against Georgetown. They've been dominant against the Hoyas. I believe they've won 8 straight matchups straight up against Georgetown, including one earlier back on January 25th of this year, where it was a 10-point win for Providence in that matchup on their home court. So coming in here to Georgetown, this one, it was at 3.5. I've seen in a lot of places this morning come down to about 1.5 here for Georgetown. So having a delay less than a possession with the Hoyas here in this one, I think the Hoyas get the job done and end that losing streak of 8 versus Providence to get themselves a win. I'll lay it with the Hoyas in that matchup. Another one I like here in this early slate of games is, where is it? Give me the over between Nebraska and Penn State. You look what Penn State does on their home court offensively, and man, they're shooting out, lights out, hitting over 50% of their field goal percentage at home on their home court. So definitely playing some pretty good offense at home, does Penn State. And we know this Nebraska offense, they can run a gun as well. This was probably about not even half an hour ago it was at 150. It's now up to 151. That's still not enough. I think we get closer to 160, the total in that matchup, given the over Nebraska and Penn State. And then one more I'm looking at this time spot is I'm looking at, you look at SMU coming into Notre Dame, and I've got SMU. They should be laying a lot more than just one. That line looks really funny to me, looking like they're baiting into taking SMU on the road. The better team playing the better ball, not on the road. I like SMU at home, not on the road. I don't trust SMU on the road at all. And you want to lay one? Not this guy. Give me Notre Dame on the money line in that matchup.
There we go from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Joey.
Yeah, I got 3 here. First pick is short and sweet. I like Penn State on the money line at home. Similar to what Rod said, they have a good offense at home. They can definitely score. And these are the type of games they need to win. They lost 7 straight. This is a turnaround spot for them. I think the Bryce Jordan Center is going to be pretty rocking tonight. We are. Let's go Penn State. So next one is Cincinnati with the points against West Virginia. Cincinnati stopped their losing skid last time out. I think this is a big revenge spot for them. They lost to West Virginia earlier this year. West Virginia shot 50% from behind the arc in that game, but I really don't see that happening again tonight. They've lost 6 of 8 straight up, and I think Cincinnati can even potentially win this one outright. Another one I like here is George Washington with the points. George Washington's a good dog. They were 7-3 against the spread overall as a dog this season, and 3-1 against the spread as a home dog. St. Joe's is just 9-9 as a favorite, and 2-2 against the spread their last 4 as a fave. You really don't know what you're going to get from St. Joe's, in my opinion. So with that, I like George Washington with the points.
There from Joey. Give me tell you some of the games I like here in this spot. I'm going to look here at West Virginia laying the points. Cincinnati's failed to cover 9 of 13 in the Big 12. You look at the Bearcats, a horrible defensive form over their past 5 games, giving 48% shooting. They're 13th in effective field goal shooting in the Big 12. Not a very good shooting team there, this team here. And, of course, you look at West Virginia, been defending very well this year. So I'll look at West Virginia there. And, of course, the rivalry game for NC State, North Carolina. Give me the Wolfpack, the underdog here, plus the points. Tar Heels 2-11 to the spread here against the ACC. North Carolina 12th in offensive efficiency in the conference, struggling here from 3, struggling on the glass. And they don't force turnovers defensively, so I'll look at here at NC State here at plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. As we get ready here to continue here on this college basketball rundown, we'll continue here with the games from 8 Eastern time all the way up until the last game tonight, and that will be tonight at, we're going to go all the way till 10:30 Eastern time tonight with that Rutgers game. All right, so tonight in this slot, we've got Bradley, Illinois State in there, some A10 OMKC in action in the Summit against Nebraska, Omaha. The Tommies in action tonight, South Dakota. This is a high-scoring Summit League, by the way. No one plays defense, but they just run up and down the court. UAB and Rice tonight as well. AAC action, more AAC action with the UTSA there in South Florida. Tulsa, North Florida as well. We've got Missouri State and Valpo in action here. Dakota's playing again in the Summit League. We got some action there. Sunbelt, Oregon, Iowa. Oregon was 1 earlier this morning, now up to 2, total 116.5. I saw as high as 2.5 in this game earlier. So this one's been moving. Some more action here from Sunbelt. Of course, UCF and Oklahoma State, bad year for Oklahoma State this year. They're favored 2 at home in this one. Oral Roberts and Denver. Oral Roberts, what's happened to this program? Denver favored 3 at home. Pioneers against Oral Roberts. St. John's and DePaul, St. John's, huge road favorite, double digits there in that Big East encounter. Auburn and Arkansas. Is that too many points? Well, we'll see. Auburn 16 in this one, total 150.5 on ESPN. Gonzaga and Washington, Battle of Washington here. State, ESPN2 has it. Gonzaga 11.5 in that one, total 166.5. Miami and Florida State going head-to-head here on ACC Network. Big one tonight, Alabama and Missouri. Missouri up to 2 now, total 135. This one has moved quite a bit since this morning. San Jose State, the team that covers here, will be on the road against Utah State. Utah State laying 16.5. Boise State and New Mexico, interesting encounter night, late night in the Mountain West. Boise 4.5, total 152. I saw a 5 just earlier this morning as well, so this one really made a move from the 2.5 opener, still holding steady at 4.5 here. Portland and St. Mary's here. St. Mary's going to lay a bundle. Your late night game tonight is Rutgers and Washington. This one on Big Ten. Washington laying 2, total 147.5. We'll get this one underway here with Rod.
And the first one I'm looking at here to kick it off, just to touch on that Tommy's game that you were alluding to. St. Tommy's in South Dakota. What Tommy scored 119 last game themselves. So But the funny thing is when you look at the numbers at this game, the Tommies over their last 66 games, they've combined for a total of 174 points or less in 63 of the last 66 games they've played. So that is including, so it would be 63-2 minus the last game that they scored well over into the hundreds. So for me, I'm looking at this game and I'm like, it's like it's you got to trend to the over. But the total's been moving, and it's at 170. That's a lot of points to be scored. I was just lead to St. Thomas plus or minus the points in that one, but it's a stay away for me at that game. It is because you look normally that's a high scoring thing. Just as Tony alluded to, they don't play a whole lot of defense there. I would take St. Thomas's team total over. I believe it's 80 something. I think they pin a 90 on South Dakota and the Coyotes in that one. So take the team total over there. And then the game that I really like here, look at the battle of North Dakota, South Dakota State. The Bison and the Jackrabbits going at it. That line hasn't budged an inch all day long. It's been sitting, the Jackrabbits laying 6.5 in that matchup. And when you look at the numbers on both those teams, you know what, they're pretty even. Both teams score almost identically, the same amount of points offensively. Defensively, pretty evenly matched there as well. So I'm going to take the Bison plus the 6.5 in that matchup. And then I'm looking at Tulsa taking on North Texas in this one. You look at Tulsa, sure, you're getting 14 points with them there, but I just don't trust them there in that spot. Tulsa versus good teams that are outscoring their opponents by 4+ points. They're 0-11 ATS. I got North Texas by 20+ in that one. I think they whoop up on Tulsa in that matchup. The other one I'm looking at, give me the over between Oregon and Iowa. I think we see plenty of offense in that one. We know what Iowa does defensively. Definitely gives it up.
Nothing.
In Oregon, they can
they do nothing.
Nothing, right? They do nothing defensively. Nothing, right? So we know the Ducks are going to be able to score, and if Iowa wants to hang, they're going to have to score some offensive well. And they actually do score pretty well at home. So I like the over 159 in that matchup. And then another matchup I'm looking at here is this should be a good game. Bradley and Illinois State between these two teams. Another two set of teams that can definitely score some points. You look at Bradley over their last 5, and they're hitting about 49% field goal rate. Well, you look at the Redbirds, and they're hitting 51.5% from field goal range. The only question mark for the Redbirds is scary is defensively, that they can give it up at times. At home, they do play a little better, holding teams to 44% field goal shooting. So you know what? That line tells you everything you need to know. Give me the Redbirds in that one. I think Bradley's a little bit overrated there in that one, and I think they're trying to bait you in there. Yeah, you only have to lay a point with Bradley. Don't you want him? No, thanks. Give me the Redbirds in that matchup. And then there's one later I'm looking at. There it is. Give me San Jose State. It's not Friday. They don't cover on Fridays. You're gonna give me 16.5 points with a San Jose State team that's 18-6 ATS this season against that number. That's a big number to be laying. Utah State is that solid of a team, but they haven't been covering these big giant double-digit spread numbers. They've failed to cover plenty of these double-digit spreads. I'll take Sparty. Give me San Jose State plus the 16.5 there in that matchup.
There from Rod. All right, next up we move on over to Joey.
Yeah, so there's two I like in this spot. I agree with Rod on the Oregon and Iowa over. I think this one flies over the total. Neither play defense, especially like Iowa, like Rod alluded to. Iowa's topped 170 points total in 2 of their last 4 games. Oregon is 9-4 to their over the last 13, and Iowa is 4-1 to the over, playing a team on equal rest. So I think that one sails over. I know, but this is not a dog. But
dog likes Iowa.
I like Missouri. I like Missouri at home against Alabama. I think Missouri is significantly better at home than on the road. I think Alabama had a lot of question marks against Auburn, their previous game. That was a 1 versus 2. I think this is another letdown spot for them. I don't know. Alabama's on 86 points per game in their last 5 road games, and they really don't force turnovers. I think Mizzou runs away with this one at home. And then the last one is I like Arkansas with the points against Auburn. Again, 1 versus 2 last time out against Alabama. My dog agrees, as you can see.
I agree too with the dog.
But I think it's just too many points. Arkansas has won 3 out of 5. They're really playing well. John Calipari really has them in order. I'd even sprinkle on the money line maybe for the upset here.
Yeah,
But I think they cover the 16.5.
I like that thought. I like that train of thought there. No doubt about that for a team on the bubble there. Tell you what I think here about these games here. Looking at them here, I'm going to look at Oregon here to win this game against Iowa. This Iowa team, 18th in defensive efficiency. Oregon does defend away from home. Get them off their home court. They're going to put just over 43% shooting. Iowa just can't defend. It's the worst in the conference. Iowa is allowing 59% shooting from two. And I know about Oregon. If you're not going to defend against Oregon, they're going to make you pay. Oregon has some talent on that team. They're the better team, no doubt. I like Oregon in that spot. I agree there with taking Arkansas plus the points. Arkansas is a bubble team. If you listen to Lenardi, he's like one of either first in or last in or something. Last in, I think they are. They're right there on the bubble. This is the time of the year when I like to take big dogs against these top teams, because at this point, late in the year, they're just thinking one thing: the conference tournament and NCAA tournament. They've done their job already. Represent themselves very well. Has Auburn. There isn't a lot of motivation to really win by a huge margin here. So I like Arkansas. Remember, in an SEC competition, we know how great the record is for Auburn, but they've only covered half their games, 6-6 to the spread. So they're not cover machines by no means. So I like the points there with Arkansas. Late night game, I am going against all the steam moves because this has been one of the bigger movers since this morning. And I'm talking about this New Mexico and Boise State. Yeah, there's a 5. There's 5 now. There's 5s that their bet line has 4.5 minus 18, which is this line will turn to 5. So you better get 5. I like New Mexico here plus the 5 here. I'm going to say 5 because this is going to turn to 5. There's 5s in 3 books now, and there's 4.5s with heavy juice. So this will turn into 5 pretty soon. Again, I know people love playing the home teams in the Mountain West, but I will say this about Boise State. If you look at the teams they played at home, it's been all the lower rung teams. Your Air Forces, your San Jose's, UNLVs. They have the only good team they really played at home has been San Diego State, and they got beaten. They got pounded there. San Diego State went in there and beat them. So they have the Broncos have yet to play at home. Obviously, New Mexico. They have not played Nevada. They have not played Colorado State, and they have not played Utah State. So they have not played the top teams at home yet. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and take New Mexico. This New Mexico team is pretty good. I mean, you look at the defensive numbers they put up. You look at their past 5 games, how they're shooting. And also, Boise State, a bit of a shooting slump over their past 5, just hitting just over 43% shooting. And the fact that Boise State has played a rather weak home schedule in conference play, I'll go ahead and take the points here with New Mexico, which is I'll probably be on an island there because I'm already seeing, like I said, it's 5s now, 4.5 with juice. Actually, we just lost the 5. We got to 4 at South Point. Our fans at South Point, you like this game, guys. So we're starting to see money coming the other way.
People jumped on the 5. They were like, you started talking about New Mexico here. We're like, hey. Well, what's going on? Okay, there will be no 5s here.
Nope, they're scooping up
Tony's
the 5.
talking about New Mexico. Yeah, we're not doing it.
Look at the schedule. They haven't played anybody at home. And when we did play somebody, they got pounded by San Diego State. So I'll look at New Mexico there. Plus, New Mexico's a really good team with the way they defend. Hey, I would say if you could put up a Sweet 16 spot, I wouldn't, out of the realm of possibility. The way they're playing defensively and on both ends of the court, they could be a Sweet 16 team. Just saying, the way they look right now, they've been playing really well. All right, we got you through the segment here as we on the show, and for giggles here as we continue here, we got you through college hoops. But just for giggles, this game will start by the time we're on the air. Probably be over. Most likely will be over by the time we get on the air. So I just thought because it's I've missed it. I'll admit I've missed it. But let's get an opinion here tomorrow here. Dodgers and Cubs. Look at this. This line's come down. I saw it's down from the 90s. It's down to 139 because I guess we know a stud is pitching for the Cubs. They're Yamamoto, I believe, not Yamamoto. Oh shoot, I can't remember names now.
Petit.
No, for the Cubs.
Petit?
For the Cubs, it's
Petit.
Petit. Okay, I have to look at them. Okay, maybe I'll take out your word on it. So Cubs and Dodgers to start it off. Baseball starts tomorrow. First game. World champions in spring training competition. Dodgers and Cubs. Dodgers here, $1.39, total 8.5. I'll just throw it out there. Do you have any opinion, Joey, here as baseball begins tomorrow?
As I said earlier, prop is Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run. Even if he gets 2 at-bats in this entire game, I still think there's value on him there. But I like the under 8.5. I really don't know if there's going to be a lot of A lot of big home run hitting here. Yamamoto is on the mound for the Dodgers. Who knows how far he's going to go? And like Rod said earlier, it's Cody Poteet on the mound for the Cubs. But yeah, I like the under. I really don't see a lot of high scoring affair in this one for the first game of the, I guess, preseason or spring training, whatever you call it.
Spring training exhibition, whatever you call it. Hey, the dog's barking too. All right, Ron, what do you like the dog bark?
So, yeah, it's just the spot that people will be enamored with the Dodgers. Be like, they're the champs. They're the champs. They're the champs. And then, like you said, Shohei Ohtani comes out, he swings the bat once and maybe gets an intentional walk and walks over to first and then literally walks back over to the bench, and that's all you see of him in this game. It's preseason, first game of the year. I don't expect a whole lot. Look at that. It's down to 128. Wasn't it plus 160?
Yeah, it was plus 1. Yeah, well, we got. Yeah, people are starting to realize they're not. It's a spring training game. It's a spring training game. Yeah, exactly. So I would lean to the. I'm gonna take the under 8.5 here in this one as the play. I think that's the way to go. I would lean to the Cubs as well, but I like the better at plus 160. At plus 128, this is a total stay away. FanDuel has $1.10.
That's not enough money for.
So it's like this,
right?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see huge variances in these numbers. It's interesting here to see what goes on. Yeah, you're going to see starters play 3 innings max, I would think, and then it's going to be nothing but backup guys there. I've got him leaning there with the.
Give me an Murphy, no runs, first inning.
There we go.
Yep, give me an Murphy.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Joey there under there at Cubs and Dodgers. I just think the pitchers will be a little ahead of the hitters coming into this game. And again, Dodgers have a lot of depth in that pitching, which is guys are playing for jobs too, trying to get into that bullpen rotation, solidify their rotations as their spots on this roster. And of course, they go with the big stud for the Cubs, so they're good pitchers going today. I don't know about that strategy. If you think you're going to face the Dodgers in the postseason, you probably don't want your guy up there seeing these bats. But we'll see how that rolls as Cubs and Dodgers get it off. 3 Eastern tomorrow. The game will be final by the time we hit the air, most likely, unless I don't think there's no rain forecasted out here, so this game will get in. Good luck if we got our first dose of rain yesterday, the first time in 100 days. So we may go through the entire Cactus League without rain. The way it's been this year in the West, there's been hardly any rain out here. But they're already jumping on with your fees and stuff. Baseball's back. Yep, everyone's excited. That's the game tomorrow. Just want to remind you, MLB Network will televise this one as well. They just added it to the network here. I see it right now. Tomorrow, this one will be aired on MLB Network. People are waiting for it. We'll see it tomorrow, Dodgers and the Cubs. All right, we got you at that segment. Now it's time for our Parlay Peripheral segment with the Cappers can give out a parlay. They can give out a player prop, team prop, future, game in the future, hockey. They call the shot here, so we'll start this segment off here with Ron.
We're going to kick it off with a 3-team college basketball parlay. We're going to kick it off with the Miami Hurricanes. Since the calendar's flipped to February, hey, the Hurricanes have been playing some basketball. They've decided to show up in February. Always a little late, but always they're ready to go here in February. So give me the Hurricanes plus the 8.5 in that matchup. And then I'll take the Bison plus the 6.5 versus the Jackrabbits. And then I'm going to take the Illinois State Redbirds on the money line to beat Bradley here tonight. Little 3-teamer for you.
There from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Joey.
Yeah, this one is for Sunday's NASCAR race at Atlanta. I like Ryan Blaney to go top 5. I found this at plus 160 on over on Bet Rivers. He has 3 top 5s and 6 top 10s. His last 6 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. He's finished in the top 10 in 5 straight here, and he has 6 top 5s and 13 career races with a 10.0 average finish. I think Blaney had a really good race on Sunday at Atlanta.
Yeah, from Joey. Tell you what I think here on my parlay, and the ones I like here will be look at Oregon here. I like also New Mexico plus the points. And give me West Virginia laying it at home against Cincinnati. All right, we got you through that segment. So let's see what the Cappers have for sale over at Pick Dawgz. Head into a week of action. NBA with a 9-game card tomorrow. Hockey comes back strong on Saturday. I think there was 14 games on the schedule. So we're getting back to the routine here. Preseason baseball as well. But, I don't know, many of us don't bet that or post premiums on those. But anyway, let's take a look here at Pick Dawgz Premium. Let's see what Rod has for sale right now over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Rod has put together pretty impressive numbers here this season from the NHL, which returns here on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely excited for that return for the NHL Saturday as we continue our winning season there. So looking forward to that. But we got a nice college basketball slate going for our third straight college basketball 10-star slam dunk play of the day. So head on over, scoop that up. That play is sold separately, or I've got a college basketball slam and dunk play. And on a nice 13-5 run in college basketball, so looking to continue that here tonight. Started off 1-0 with the Temple over, so looking to continue that there. NBA is back tomorrow, as Tony alluded to. NHL is back as well, so now's the time to go long term and have all the sports rolling back before we know it. So jumping more something long term. I'm excited. College basketball's heating up. Ended my 5-15 run and turning things around and moving into the right direction. So jump aboard now. We'll be starting to heat up and moving up the board. Take advantage of the promo code PICK at checkout. And hey, take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. I'm not the only hot capper here at Pick Dawgz and Sports App Place. I believe Tony's still on a nice NBA run, so pair me up with Tony, and his NBA is back tomorrow. So jump aboard. Time to get a rockin' back in the NBA and the college basketball slate and the hockey. So let's get to it.
Let's get on board, Rod. So I get over at Pick Dawgz. Pick and check out. Promo code is used at checkout. Let's see what Joey has for sale over at Pick Dawgz for tonight's action. Of course, Joey, here, what you got going?
Yeah, I have 2 college basketball plays up for tonight. My ACC slam dunk and my WCC sharp shot. I went 2-0 yesterday on the college hardwood, and I'm 87-73 long term. You can use the code PICK for 15% off either of those 2 plays.
Yeah, you got to get on board with Joey Tron over at Pick Dawgz. He's ready to roll here with action for you today up on the hardwood. Got to action today here for you guys on college hoops. On a pretty good run with my best bet. Hit it again yesterday. We had Villanova plus the points, but we've got a best bet on the board right now, so get on board. My 3-pack has just started, so I have the best bet on the board right now, so get on board with me over at Pick Dawgz. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. We'll save that 50% off. Go long term. You can get that 1-month pass, right? That'll cover you all the way till March 18th. That covers the remainder of college basketball regular season and the conference tournaments there when you get that 1-month pass. Of course, all the NBA as well. Promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. Multi-cap promotion also available, so you can match me up with your favorite cappers here on Pick Dawgz. Match me up with Rod and Joey on the multi-cap promotion. That's the way we roll here over at Pick Dawgz Premium. All right, that's going to do it here for the show, guys. We're back again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all again. Bring our cappers here from Pick Dawgz Sports Chat. They'll give out their plays in real time. All right, just let everybody know, Joey, of course, your video series back here with NASCAR.
Oh yeah, NASCAR is back. We had Daytona last weekend. Unfortunately, couldn't cash with Kyle Busch. He was literally up at the front with the final couple laps, and unfortunately, Joey Logano made a sharp turn up the side of the track, and that was it for Kyle Busch. But outside of that, we got Atlanta on Sunday. I'll be recording the video either later today or tomorrow, and it should drop sometime Friday. So like and subscribe, and you'll be notified as soon as it drops.
Absolutely, of course, Rod, pretty much regular here on the drive-thru.
Pretty much regular here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. I missed tomorrow's action, so a little bonus play for you here. It's the Four Nations, so I'm not around to tell you what's going on tomorrow night in the Four Nations. So guess what? This is what I'm going to tell you. It's going to go to overtime. You're going to need something that's going to go past the 60 minutes. We're going to need more than the first period, second period, and third period. So take the 60-minute draw. I got it at a plus 280. Even the books are guarding against it. Normally that is up near the 3 number, more like 340, 350. Usually you get it on the draw. It's down at about plus 280. This is going to come right down to the wire. Someone's going to rip this in on 3-on-3 action. Make it absolutely exciting because it's going to be one of those games to remember for years to come. It's just it's getting people's wetting their whistle for the Olympics that are right around the corner. That's going to have some even some more great hockey action. It's just getting you going for international hockey. So tune into it. If you haven't tuned into it, you're definitely sleeping under a rock. So definitely tune into that. It'll be way more exciting than the NBA skills competition that we've seen this past weekend.
Yeah, they're also bringing the World Cup of Hockey back again since '96. Last time they did that, so that's coming back as well. So more international competition there in NHL. People like that. They like that format. So yeah, that's right. They got the play there from Rod. The game to a 60-minute draw. That means that that's overtime.
60-minute draw. Someone's going to rip it in overtime.
Overtime.
Yep. Someone's going to need some overtime to get the job done. 3-on-3 for 10 minutes to decide the Four Nations. That makes it exciting. People love it. Edge of the seat. Can't get any more exciting than that, winner take all right into the overtime.
Now, you're tied with 2 minutes left. Do you really want to use up a lot of energy knowing that you might have a 3-on-3?
They'll go all in.
Yeah, you
But
think
but,
so?
but you'll see a little more defensive type of style. You'll see a little more dump and chase when it gets late. If it's tied like too late, then yeah, it'll be you'll see a little more hesitancy.
A little more defensive style, because when you're 3-on-3, you're gonna have to really. It takes a lot of more energy, a lot more of your stamina, having to play 3-on-3 hockey. Right, you're covering up more. You're covering more ground.
You won't even see 5 minutes of 3-on-3 hockey the way that that overtime will play back and forth. There will be all balls to the wall once that overtime hits 3-on-3. It'll be absolutely lights out hockey. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Whoever makes
Who has the speed
nice
advantage?
Play.
Who has the advantage if it's an overtime?
Team Canada by far.
Okay.
Not even close. Speed wise, Team Canada not even far. Not even close. McDavid can circle around, make laps around people. He's that fast.
So if I was a U.S., I probably would want to win in regulation then. So that would be the strategy there for U.S. is try to win in regulation.
Try to. Easier said than done.
Easier said than done, because Canada will be there too with their speed. All right.
Somebody wants their revenge. They want their revenge.
Oh yes, there's going to be revenge there, no doubt, no doubt. So that's going to do it for this edition of the
Not
Drive.
as much fights, I'm telling you. It'll be less fighting. We're going to see a lot of no goals in the first 10 minutes too. I like as well. No goals first 10 minutes.
There we go. No goals first 10 minutes. I don't know how do you abbreviate that? NGFT. No goals first 10 minutes.
No goals first 10.
NGFT.
Yeah, there we go. No goals for NGFT. Yeah.
NGFT. There we go. We made up something. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive.